It's Rosara again coming at you. So today I wanted to see if I can do Nirvana's tag. Where would I be now if I had not had the weight loss surgery? And I can honestly say that where I would be would not be in a good place. When I started this journey, I was at 299.4. And I always say I never reached 300, but let's be real. What, 6 ounces away? Come on. I had gained about 50 pounds in, I would say, roughly 3 to 4 months. And when I had gained it, it was a time period where I spent most of my time in bed because I couldn't really walk that much. And I was barely going into work because I had resigned from the full-time position to per diem because I wasn't able to give them 100% of my daily tasks due to the lack of being able to walk. And I had gone into such a deep depression that I only worked the minimum, and in per diem at that job, you had to work at least 16 hours a month to maintain payroll, your name on the payroll. And so that's what I gave him. I gave him the minimum, and the rest of the time I moped around in my house in bed and only got out when I felt like I had to. I would use my walker whenever I felt like I had no choice. The school that I attended and still am attending had blended classes. So there were classes that were partly online and partly on ground. This year they introduced full online. And if they had introduced full online then, before I had the surgery, I would have definitely done my entire classes online. But I'm glad that they didn't, because that's what helped me get out of bed. That's what helped me leave my house. And the 16 hours that I was doing also helped me get out of bed, even if it was using the walker or the cane. But I truly believe that had I not had the weight loss surgery, I would be approaching 400 pounds because of how quickly I had gained the 50 pounds. If I was not approaching the 400, I would be well in my way into it, because I really wasn't doing anything except eating. And I wasn't even eating because I was hungry. I was eating emotionally. If there was food in the home, it would go quickly. Sometimes I wouldn't even notice that I ate. And the thing about it is that the way my stomach was working, it was like, how did I put it to you? I couldn't eat a large amount in one sitting. It was more like me eating, what was it? 2 breakfasts or 3 breakfasts, 2 lunches, 2 dinners, several snacks throughout the day. And so and my choices of food, I remember at the beginning, it was never about sweets. My choices of food were always about, real solid food. I mean, it was like really good food. I wasn't attracted to sweets until the last 2 years, prior to the consideration of surgery. I binged eat so severely. I knew I was binge eating, but I would hide it. I would hide it from everyone I thought wasn't looking. And it was good. There were many times where I would binge eat and would feel horrible while I was binge eating, would feel horrible afterwards. Not just physically, but emotionally and mentally. And when I couldn't get out of bed to go get what I needed, I used, and I'm ashamed to say it, but I did use my daughters to go to the corner store, and I would say, go to the corner store and get X, Y, and Z for me. Go to the supermarket and get X, Y, and Z for me. And they would, because, they love their mother. They would, and I'm ashamed to say it, but I'm also happy that today, after 12 months of going through this entire process, and even in the 6 months preparation process, these girls are my biggest supporter. At the beginning, they didn't know I was getting in preparation for surgery, but they knew I was very, very serious about weight loss. And when I would try to cheat and say, go to the corner store and get me X, Y, and Z, they would come back with something extremely healthy. Either a diet tea, they would come back with some type of protein that they knew that I had a list things I wanted to do. And I'm like telling them, why did you get me this? Why didn't you get me what I asked for? And they're like, oh, just pretend that's the chocolate you wanted. Pretend that's the honey bun you wanted. These girls didn't know about I was going to have the surgery. And then when they found out about it, they had their mixed feelings about it, but, they supported me all the way through. And, I thank God that when I went through the period of being nervous about whether or not I should have it, and even the day of surgery, when I was sitting in that bed, I was in preparation to get wheeled into that room. I had the cold feet, if you will. And I kept telling myself, no, you need to have this done. You really seriously need to have this done. And so I went through it. It saved my life. I don't have any regrets. I may miss a couple of things, but, I'll grin and bear it, because I am feeling fantastic. I am feeling like I'm on top of the world. I'm feeling awesome. It has been the best 12 months of my life, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. So that's my take on where I would have been, but I'm not. I'm in a better place.